A little thing that I love to do, especially as spring is springing and summer is on its way, is to get a little bit of gold dust, some body dust. It's a ton. You get this anywhere. You get this online, you get it in store, you get it in department stores and makeup, cosmetic, consignment stores. And it's just a cute little action, a pump action little thing where you take a little bit, I don't know if you can see, what I call gold dust, and you just put a little bit on your shoulder if you're wearing like a slightly off-shoulder top, or a little bit on your collarbone, especially as the sun is starting to come out here. That's one thing. And then MAC, got to share with you, MAC lip liner. I mean, obviously all kinds of different colors, but I do enjoy their lip liner, which is easy to apply. And I don't often wear liner actually, but the older we get, when we get into our 50s and 60s, we need to be doing that because of all the cracks and the running and the bleeding that happens around our lips. Lip liner becomes really important. And a last note on our mirror talk, our reflections maybe. Reflections is feelings. I've been talking about this for years, and it's really relevant all the time actually, is your feelings are relevant. Your feelings are important. Your feelings are legitimate, especially in a Christian environment. We get taught, I've been taught that feelings can lie, which is true, and feelings are not the truth, and feelings are not what you must focus on. And the problem with that is we tend to squash it down and push them down as women, because we are taking care of a lot of our kids, of our business, our community, people in our lives, work, home. And then we are usually the last ones to take care of ourselves, which is why I say you need to connect with the woman in the mirror. It's biblical to love your neighbor as yourself. So you have to love yourself well first. You have to learn that. That's something that I started doing some years ago. And there's a reason why. It's biblical. And we have to position ourselves first. But if you don't acknowledge your feelings, think about your little girl, or think about your grandson or your kid, or, if they feel a certain way, you're not going to say, feelings lie, and just focus on the truth. And what's the truth? What does God say? You're not going to do that. You're going to say, oh, come here, my girl. Let me give you a hug. I'm so sorry you're feeling that way. Tell me more about that, right? That's what you're going to do for yourself. Feelings are legitimate. They may not be the truth, but they are your truth at that time. And so I feel very strongly about this, the older I get, is we have got to make space for our feelings. We have got to make space for, you get to feel mad or sad or disappointed or frustrated, or you get to feel nervous. It says do not be afraid. It doesn't say don't feel afraid. Being afraid is an action word. To be something is taking action in that direction. You have a spirit of power and of courage, so you use that. But for a little while, you might get to feel afraid. And courage, bravery, is acting with bravery despite how you feel. Despite fear is a real thing, okay? So to pretend that doesn't exist is I think, a little bit foolish. We have to face fear down, have faith, conquer it in faith, and move forward in the direction of our identity. So I just want to encourage you today. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling frustrated, or whatever it is, you get to feel that for a little bit. I'm not saying just everybody must deal with your feelings. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you must give yourself permission to do that. It doesn't make you any less of a faithful person if you're not speaking in truth, and, speak life and don't speak death. And it's not speaking death to say, I feel sad. Because we women get to feel sad. We deal with a lot. So you get to feel sad. Sometimes you get to feel mad and really heartbrokenly disappointed. You get to feel that way. Then we go to the truth and we say, okay, how are we going to deal with this? But I teach my little girl, your feelings are like little people inside of you. They've got to come up and out, because if they don't and you squash them down, they get bigger and hangry and grumpy. It's like a little person, and if it's sad or it's mad or whatever, and even happy, if you're really happy, you should really express that. It's not just the sad or the disappointed feelings. It's like if you are very happy, or if you've got to celebrate your successes, celebrate your blessings, celebrate that which is making you really happy. Don't be quiet about it. Don't think that because you're doing really well and God's blessed you, and that celebrating it or making too much noise about it is going to make somebody else feel bad. No. If that's someone you've got in your life and someone who's saying, please don't do that because, you're making me feel bad, or you're like, that is not someone you want in your life. Or you have to correct that person and say, hey, I'm with you and I'm going to encourage you and support you and be your friend along the way. But I'm not going to dim my light. I'm not going to dim my celebrations, my victories, my successes that I work hard for, just so that, it doesn't make you feel a certain way. You're not responsible for somebody else's feelings. You're not responsible for somebody else's eyes or thoughts or actions. You are responsible for you. So let that little feeling up and out. And if it's sad or it's whatever it is, let it feel that. Give yourself permission to feel that. And then you make a decision in the direction of the truth, of your identity, of your goals. But as women, we get to feel. And it's really dangerous if you don't make space for that in your life. That's just today's reflection.